Welcome back, Soul Family. If you are new here, my name is Taylor. This is a tarot reading just for you. All right, so collective, if you've landed on this, trust the timing. This is part 2, or I should say, just say the extended. So if you feel guided to watch the previous reading that says a little bit about the cards that I've already pulled, feel free. If not, it's up to you. All right, whatever you feel guided to. All right, so we pulled the Bardo. We also have the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius, the Beyond, it's fate, it's destiny, fortune. So this is like that final chapter reaching the number 10. It is a major arcana, so a major life event. It is that in between almost to the world. So this is reaching a cycle, a closure, something has come to, I don't want to say an end, but to a finalization. All right, I like that. All right, and we have a gap on the bottom. All right, so like these are more of, in this deck, these would be considered the major arcana. And you notice the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune, they are also both major arcana cards. So what that means, they are the cards of the major life events. All right, so number 10 is obviously, you can look at as a completion. Number 10, it's also, it's like you've reached something. You've reached a higher understanding. You've reached, it's like there's this turn of the wheel, and something has clicked right into place. All right. So I feel like this is kind of like that higher learning. This is that accelerated, you allowed something to be released. You allowed something just to be left into the ether. I feel like you kind of got out of that mind, constantly questioning or thinking about a situation, and you kind of like, I feel like this is giving me a little bit of a different message than the previous reading. But the moon, I said it was like a distraction, but I kind of see this as also, it's like that turn of the dial, turn of the wheel, something clicked into place, and the moon, and it was like, whoa, and you see something, and something just clicks. Something just clicks, and it's like, I didn't see that before. So not like a secret, but like a realization, an illumination. Something comes into the light in the dark. I feel like it's a wholeness, a completion. It's a wholeness. I don't want to say ending, because I feel like ending sounds like, to most people, like a negative. But so I really feel like this is more of like a completion, like a realization, you know, like something comes into full effect. And I feel like this affects your next move, and how something did feel like there's been a lot of emotion, a lot of release, a lot of collective healing. So it's been heavy waves of emotions, of empathy, of letting go, like the cycles, that feminine energy. The moon is the feminine. So that's a component of that release, of that, you know, and that release, that purge of energy, of release of buildup. It's allowing that flow. It's allowing that acceptance, you know, like, no matter how you can look at it, it's always going to feel horrible when it's happening, right? That when we go through those times in our life where it just feels like almost an agony, you know, it's sadness, it's loss, it's leaving something behind, but that's old emotion. All right, and that after that release, it's kind of like that rejuvenating, that reset, that replenishing. All right. So we have the womb. So the womb is obviously something that's carried. The womb is something, a safe place that carries, that takes care, that protects, in perfect harmony, with care, with love, nurturing. The womb is a place that, while something is coming into growth, something is coming into preparation, not ready yet, you know, something that is coming to preparation, it is being held in this womb. And it's that, you see the triangle is all about that sacred feminine again, and what it holds onto in perfect harmony with the balance, the triangle. So it has the birth, it also has the balance, the harmony between, and also the death. All right, so it's all about the cycles of continuation. Death is never an ongoing, like, it's not the end. It is simply a closing of a cycle, a closing of almost like a life lesson, right? Coming to full terms. And the forest is never what it seems. Forest seems like a dark, scary place. But then when you're actually there in the forest, you know, looking up at this sky, and after it's pitch black, you able to see again, right? Your eyes adjust. And you see it's not a scary place, but no matter how lost you can feel, no matter how no matter how much you feel that you're lost in a dark place, it's that connection to beyond the surface, beyond the first glance. After your eyes adjust, all your other senses are heightened. And you can see that what looked like a place of uncertainty, not knowing which way to turn, which direction, off path. It's those times that you see the most. Kind of like when you're able to sit with yourself and realize that what you thought was a dark, scary place, the fear, what you feared most, when you're actually being put in that place, you don't feel as lost anymore. You're able to look up past the first glance. You look up and you can see that all you see is open sky. So this is a different perception. This is, in the darkness, you find your light, you don't have to look for outside places for answers. So the womb, this is the protection. This is the release of the need to protect against things that we tell ourselves and realize those are the most important places of all, right? The moon holds like a pull. It holds like the moon affects everything. It affects the water, it affects the tides, it affects us, our moods, everything. So looking up the forest, looking up out of the projection, out of the staged world. You know, there's a camera it's holding out of the, and again, like howling at the moon. This reminds me, and they're wolves dressed in clothing. So it's kind of like that actor's energy, you know, outside of the staged world, outside of all of the ludicrous things, all of the craziness going on in the world that just is like, it's always getting back to expand and grow with each phase. Don't get distracted and stuck on one picture, one freeze frame. You know what I mean? Like, just I feel like this message, always use your own discernment, always use your own judgment, always use, if something seems way too out there, you know, always, don't follow the first thing you see, the first big thing that's in front of your face. Don't chase after something that is drawing you in so much. The fortune is usually when you turn your own wheel, when you make your own moves and kind of venture outside, you know, like venture outside the easiest option. You know, feel like doing your own investigating, your own, what you see can sometimes be distorted. And there's also like illusions. But there's something being illuminated. So if something is distracting and illuminating on something that seems like some made up story, something to distract from an amazing phenomenon I feel like going on in the sky, in the stars, in the energy field right now, where being distracted by the first glamorous thing, you know, the first shiny, it's almost like shiny object syndrome, you know, it's just surface level. The best things are usually in the most uncomfortable places where you wouldn't expect, right? In this forest, it's like you grow and expand and see a different side of something. In the dark, you find your truth. You find your frequency. You find who you truly are, and it's like that's the growth in the womb. That's what's growing. That's what's elevating. And I feel like there just needs to be some grounding. As you can see here, it's a tent, but I'm seeing that as a triangle missing the bottom part. So it's almost like the connection between the beginning and then the connection to the realization. It's to grow something. It's to grow it's like all of the tools together, using all these ingredients, life ingredients that's being created. It's almost like that, the Empress, where she's always pregnant, always growing, nurturing emotions. There's always a price to pay with emotions. But not letting that ooze out into the rest of your life force and allowing that to darken you. You take those darker parts, those parts that hardened you a little bit. It made you so that you weren't so naive. You weren't so easily fooled, you know? And don't take it in like a sponge, but hold it like putty. Hold it like putty and just form it so it is almost like a bowl, you know, like a clay bowl. You formed a clay bowl. It hardened, that part hardened you, but it didn't shut you off. It just gave you a cup so that you don't have to wait for anybody else to fill your cup. You have your own. You took something that could have hardened and closed you off from the world, stoned everybody else, you know, and just made you cold, but instead you molded it. And you had a soft spot in the middle. Soft spot that no matter how hard the world has been on you, it didn't shape you, it didn't form you. You wanted to evolve and grow and almost make it better, a better place to pass on. All right, so this is like something that's coming to full. It's been harvesting, it's been nurturing till it's ready. You have all the pieces, the bardo. All right, so being illuminated, you have this opportunity right now at the wheel to take fate, to take action, take this time of expanding and being adventurous. Moving outside the box, going beyond. Taking the good and the bad and forming it together. Not being mad at the world, but be almost like be aware, be awake of what is shaping your reality. But don't let it take you over. Just see it for what it is. All right, it's part of the journey, all right? So, all right, Bardo. That is, let's see. It's right, okay, the Bardo. Bardo is the place, I think, a place. The liminal, it's the last one, okay? It's the last one of the places, I believe. So, when the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. Oh, wow, yeah, for sure. The Bardo used to have all these skulls, but it's like bones. bones. It's not reminding me of like death, but it's like, and there's an eye right here in the middle, right? And it's like the connection, the bones, the strength. The bones is the structure, what holds it all together, and the vision. It holds it all together. Each ending, each journey that was complete, it all formed a vision. The bones of, and the bones, yeah, because the bones never decay, right? Decompose. Okay, the bones that hold it together, the threshold. The in-between, the transition. It is said that the bardo is a place between this life and the next. A liminal realm through the which souls pass. So the realm which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. Wow, okay, yeah. And it's like in this dark realm, the in-between, this dark space, able to see something clearly when you're in a place that feels dark, feels lost, feels like your greatest fears, or where the biggest creations are discovered, right? The bardo, the cosmic lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. There is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all things that cause us pain. Okay, so this is see something through a lens. The bones, the structure, what links together. All the things that caused us pain. To let go of all the unseen, the unloved, the unsaid, the unforgivable. So the bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. Connects it all. The in-between, the transition. Oh, right, so, and that's like all these phases, all these little, see that? The eye, it's all these little lines, but it's almost like little pie crusts, right? That connects all together. Each phase is a piece. And then all together it forms. It forms the womb, right? Within. It all connects back to creation, to the creation, to all the things that are feeling of unresolved. And you realize the potential in these spaces in these spaces, you're able to see and also create in a space to rise above, to envision, the potential that was never seen before, the potential that in those times something is created that connects it all. That's that in between. It's the balance, the harmony between a rebirth and a closing, a completion, and then a rebirth, and the in-between. The in-between. The in-between, it's the balance. The balance is the harmony. The harmony is the love that connects all together, connects all things that have caused us pain, all the unseen, the unsaid, the unloved, all the under the surface, the things that aren't with us anymore, but we hold on to and keep rehashing that pain over and over. So suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to the higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to the earth, but rather the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. And then you see, and then it's like that realization is to break free and to create a new, like a new cycle. It's a rebirth. To begin a higher understanding that the bones are a reminder of how strong, how fierce, and how it is all just for the teaching of life lessons, to see that life is not about pain, suffering, and death. It's about clearing out the old vision and create, not from death, but from life. That life is eternal. Each lifetime we live adds a new piece to consciousness, piece to the shift of perception and the timeless lens of what you are here to do in this space is to create the potential to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. So spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth. This is a time when you're in the dark, torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transience. To go deeper, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, right? That is like the deeper look of what we look at death as a negative, but losses are never the end. To lose is merely to have to let go, to have more space, more room to grow. It's just how the energy works. Just like if the wheel isn't turning, it's not moving, your car, your tire, it's not moving, you're not going to get anywhere, right? You can sit in your car all day, but the tires aren't actually moving. Then, yeah, the tires aren't actually moving. Until you make that decision to take that first step and push these wheels. Put your foot on the pedal. Put your foot on the gas pedal. You are the fuel, the nectar, the healer, and the creator. So what are you seeing? How are you looking at life? A whole new lens. It's a higher wisdom. Not to be feared. This is not a time to fear, right? The fear. Fear not. It's in a dark place. These are the times that are essential. The light of the moon always shows the truth. So it's important to see the moon as very healing energy. It's a very nurturing energy, but can also have that shadow side, because the moon, of course, when you look at the moon in the sky, we always see it only from one angle, right? So it's kind of like the moon's a little bit mysterious also. It illuminates the path. It illuminates what you need to see in the dark. But to stare at it, to stare at the moon, you may only see one side. So don't get pulled in to the bright and shiny objects or something that just seems too odd to be true, you know? Don't be sucked into the first thing that you hear, the first always ask those important questions. There's a lot of unanswered questions. So I feel like revealing a whole shift, this whole vision of passing on, I feel like this bones, this wisdom, this ancestors' vision, this potent energy. Look beyond the surface level of what is actually going on in your journey, your story. What are you writing next? It's your story. Create it. Change it if you need to. Don't run from those dark, scary places of fear, because in those places you realize fear was all an illusion, and you only feared what you were not sure of, right? All right, so this energy is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond who is speaking. Message for you from beyond who is speaking. Go ahead and listen. Oh, I love that. I just got like chills. So beyond the veil, this is the potential to see the unseen. So what is this unseen, unsaid? Unseen, unsaid. Visions from beyond the grave. Visions from beyond, I feel like something, maybe somebody else is showing you through a reincarnation. This could be how you are having an abundance. You're growing with the emotions. So you could be realizing something. This heightened awareness, definitely. All right, so I think we should pull maybe a couple more cards and close this up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Really appreciate that. And if there's any sign that you'd like me to do a reading for, just hit me up in the comments. All right, first person, I will do the next reading, that sign. All right. All right. The Nine of Pentacles, look at that. Growing success. This is all about abundance. This is about independent growth. This is about taking opportunities and turning them into taking the tools, taking the skills. It's like you've mastered it. You've mastered the ability to harvest with abundance, your own success, and this is like beautiful energy. On the bottom, temperance. Oh gosh, harmony. Again, Sag energy. I might do a Sag reading. This is Virgo and Sagittarius. So this is temperance. Temperance is a major arcana. And with the Nine of Pentacles is that independent woman energy where it's just like you're revamped. You've taken dirt and turned it into gold. You know, it's like, and you're successful in your own way. It's like you have grown your own success. You have gone above and beyond, and you have taken something and yeah, it's like you've planted seeds so they will continuously grow. You've really discovered a strategy to take your resources and and it's like using your mind, using your details. You fine-tune something, you created something. Temperance, Sag, this is the ability to see everything. You know, you have the good, the bad, you have the light, the dark, and the ability to see the good in both sides. You know, it's that harmony between it's almost like you're mastering the ability, to grow with experience. You know, it's like you're taking the energy, and it's like you've discovered how to work with it. You're working your energy. You're understanding the process, and you're not resisting. You're working with it, and it's working with you. No longer running and hiding, but it's like you have an idea, you had a plan, and You're doing it. You're seeing the positive growth, the positive cycles, and you're rising above. Part man, part woman, all angel. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. Temperance. Number 14. Beyond. It's like you've grown beyond the cycles. I feel like it's just like you're mastering your own independence, your own growth, your own success. Because you're getting it. It's like you feel like you're just getting it. You're not running away anymore. You're understanding the creation, the vision, and those deep, dark shadows. You stop running away from your shadows. I feel like you understand that that's a part of you. And the shadows are not to be scared of because they walk behind you. Yeah, I feel like this is like that northern lights. It's such a beautiful energy. Like you're just in awe of the crisp air. It's like reset, rejuvenation, and I feel like 2025 is really bringing in this deeper outlook, deeper realization, deeper beliefs, deeper connections. 3 of Wands, look at that. Taking life into your own hands. No, not sitting around and asking questions of why, but it's like your perseverance, you're moving, and you're wiser, stronger. And you're seeing the potential to grow. No longer like kicking the dirt, you know, like I don't want to go. Why does life have to keep pulling me in different directions? Again, the three. The strength, the courage, it's like you're not resisting anymore. You're not resisting. You don't have to know all the answers, but you know that you are connected to the universe. You don't feel lost. You feel like the number 3 is very like a soul family energy, community, friends. I feel like you're growing in a direction where you're not 100% sure where you're going, but I feel like it's this feeling deep down inside that your core is growing in a place that finally feels right. You're leading your life. At 2 of Wands, a new discovery, holding the world in your hands. Seeing growth, seeing potential in a different direction. This soul searcher. Seeing that life isn't always straight. Life isn't just meant to stay small and be easy and just make it by. It's like you see life as now all the potential and all the power that you hold just by lifting the veil and just by not being stuck in the fear, not being stuck in the normal or the survival. It's like now you're going out, you're in exploration, you're looking at life in a totally different way. Growth, movement, it's like your energy, adventurous, and beyond. It's like the world always seems like such a big place, but really you hold the world. You hold the world. It's your creation. You already tried this way. So I feel like it's time to make moves. Passion, creativity, strength, courage, leadership, and asking yourself, whose dream were you living? Living is all about your own, creating your own dream, your own destiny, mapping your own quest, discovering, again, the Two of Wands, discovering a different outlook on how you see the world between the places that you've outgrown, the smaller stick, the smaller one, and the places where your energy is pulling you. There's so much more to explore. All right, collective, that's beautiful energy, lots of fire, lots of desire, lots of passion. All right. And that is the reading for you. I hope that helped. I see lots of new discoveries, new adventures, and positive things being created. See the world as the world sees you, as a masterpiece. Create your masterpiece. Until next time, bye guys.